What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Fishing con Velasquez. Today we are on the water and we have the Shimano Curado DC with us. We're going to review it. We're going to tell you what we think, and also we're going to fish with it and hopefully catch some fish. Alright guys, so here is my Shimano Curado DC. Today is a perfect day to talk about this because it is really windy. So I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons in my experience. Hopefully I can give you enough information so that if you are looking to buy this reel, you can make an informed decision and buy it or pass. So let's start with the pros. Number one, it looks really cool. Check out the aesthetics on this reel. It's a beautiful reel, and on top of its look, the DC sound. This DC sound is such a cool sound. Listen to it. If you want to impress people fishing next to you on the bank, or people fishing with you on the same boat or around you, this is the reel for you. That awesome DC sound attracts everybody's attention towards you. On days like today when it's really windy, as you can see as I'm getting drifted into the middle of the lake, you can minimize your backlash. So this is a 1/8 ball head jig with a little Kayak, and I'm gonna cast into the wind, and as you can see, no backlash whatsoever. And that's a really light jig head, 1/8, and it's a small 3.2 Kayak. Check it out. Into the wind, nothing. So that's another plus. If you are not too good or not too experienced with casting gear, this could benefit you from having to backlash over and over and over. Another plus that I can see with this is if you're gonna be skipping jigs, skipping worms, skipping frogs under tree branches, under overhangs, under docks, this could really benefit you. If you're already really skilled with a bait caster, then you know you can skip with any bait caster, but this just makes it easier not to backlash. All right guys, let's get to the cons. Number one, if you're going to be using this as your primary reel, you are going to get tired. As you hear all that wind zoom by me, you will get tired of that DC sound. It gets annoying. If you're casting this reel all day long and that's all you're listening to, that's all you're using, you will be annoyed from the DC sound. Number two, you will definitely annoy other people near you or fishing with you on the same boat. If you're just casting the same reel over and over and over, everybody around you is going to be annoyed. You're going to be annoyed. You might get thrown off the boat. So if you have 5-6 other setups, this is just going to be one for a specific technique, then I would recommend it. If you're going to use it as your only reel, man, you're going to be annoyed of that DC sound. Alright guys, as far as the settings are concerned, it does have this dial right here. It has 4 numbers. I've used 4, 3, 2, and 1. I like number 2. That's where I always keep it. Number 2 has been my friend this whole time. 4 and 3 will not get you much distance, I will tell you that. 4 and 3 will not get you much distance, but if you're going to be skipping, those are your best friends so that you don't get backlashed. Number 1, I've used it too. If I don't use like a 3/4 ounce lure or higher on number 1, I will definitely get a backlash. So I would throw a Huddleston or a rig with number 1. I will throw like a heavy jig, number 1, but anything else I keep it at number 2. This 1/8 ball head jig that I'm throwing right now, I have it on number 2, and I have, as you can see, I'm throwing against the wind, no backlash whatsoever. So that's how that dial works. And as far as the tension knob, It's similar to other reels. However, if you loosen it up too much, your DC system, your DC braking system will not charge. That's the whole point. That sound that's making when you cast, that's your DC brake charging up for your next cast. So if you loosen it up too much, yes, you will get distance, but your next cast you might get an overrun or a backlash because your DC brake did not charge up properly. So don't loosen it too much. What I do is I normally loosen it up as much as I would with my Curado K, but then I take a little bit off just to keep that tension on there and keep that DC braking system charging without any backlashes. All right guys, so I hope I didn't bore you with all my talking and explaining. Let's go out and try to catch some fish. Let's go out and try to get this reel some action and hopefully catch some fish for you guys, and you can see how it performs once there's a fish on the other side of the line, and also for some entertainment. So I'm throwing this with 20-pound fluorocarbon. This is 7.2 Shimano Curado rod, medium heavy, and I'm throwing a little tiny 3.2 Kayak green pumpkin with a little 1/8 ball head jig. So let's make that spool spin. Fish on, guys, fish on. Yeah, here we go. Curado DC, fish on the little tiny Kayak. Fish on, almost 6 foot of water. And there it is, guys. Curado DC, Curado rod, and we have our first fish. Let's check him out, guys. There he is. Look at him. He just ate and swallowed that little swim bait. Check it out. Oh, there we go. There it is, a little 3.2 Kayak. It was all the way in. Not much of a fish, but it's our first one, and on the Curado DC. See you later. So hopefully I gave you enough information to make a choice whether to buy it or not to buy it. Thank you for joining me once again. We will see you in the next adventure.